Alright, hello and welcome again. I've been gone for a long time. Please reference my previous video where I showed you around my basement. I might have the rest of my house once I get it all unpacked. Yeah. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a chainmaille coif, or coif, or coif, coify. I don't know, it's French. I have one of my French friends tell me how to say it, but I like not knowing what it is, I guess. Anyway, the way you start this off, and I'm using my 1/2-inch rings right here, and I don't have anything bigger than that. So I jacked a key ring, just one of the normal key rings, and put my rings on it. Now I have 14 on here because it looks good with 14. It works out well. I tried putting it together the other day with I think 20 on there, and it just didn't work out too well. I have had a lot of comments, questions, wondering how you do it, a lot of emails and messages, and there isn't any other videos on YouTube, so I hope this video will really help you guys out. Okay, continuing on. I'm gonna set this down right here, and hopefully it'll go stay. Alright, but first, alright, you have your rings on your ring, your bigger ring. It has to be a bigger one, like I said before. Now, I start with a bunch of open rings. It's just easier when you start off because you'll have to open and close a bunch of rings, and this is only the second one that I've really made. So you need a bunch of open rings. These are 1/2-inch rings, not really good for anything. They're my play rings. They're what I made my first shirt out of. But you'll take your rings, get your pliers. I have 2 pair of needle nose pliers, one I picked up at Walmart and one I think I stole from my dad. So what you do is you start off, you just pick any 2 rings. Put one ring through 2 rings, like so. And then you close that one ring. And you continue whichever way works best for you. I'm going to go, maybe I'll go the other way. You have your one ring here. This is my first. Okay. And once you get all of that done, you'll have this nice little flower-ish looking pattern going. Now you want to leave some space in them. You don't want to have them all tight up together. Alright, now I have a 3rd layer on here. You notice there's a lot more space in between the rings. You want this for this step. This step is very important. For this step, you're going to add in the rings. This is where the expansion pattern comes on. So I'm going to start just right here, for example. I'm going to go in, I'm going to hook this inside ring, and then I'm going to close that ring. Okay, hold on. Going to close this one ring that I put in here. Now it's just hooked on one ring. It's what you want. You want it on one ring, you don't want it on 2. Now I like to do an every other ring pattern, so I'm not, or every 2. So I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to go right in here. And I'm going to hook it onto another one. Just one ring through one ring, and I'll take it up here and I'll close this. Right there. Now what this does is it allows you another ring so you can expand it and get it bigger. Once again, here's my ring. I'm going to skip 1, 2. I'm going to loop my ring through this one. Now I started with 14 rings, so it should come out even, I think. I don't know. I haven't done the math. But here's my extra ring. I'm going to skip 1, 2. I'm going to slide it right through this one. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit bigger now. I added on like 3 rows to it. Now you just go back in, and again, you'll take another ring, and you'll run it through, and just add on. And as it gets bigger and bigger, you'll need more and more rings, of course, because it gets bigger and bigger, but I still like my skip 2, put one in, skip 2, put one in, skip 2, put one in, and it'll just keep getting bigger and bigger. Now, for those of you who don't want to make a suit of armor, There's a bunch of stuff you can use this weave for. It doesn't even have to be just done in a circle. You could start out with a flat piece. Like, just assume that this were a flat piece. If you wanted to make it bigger, you could just add in an extra ring, count over a few, add in an extra ring, count over a few, add in an extra ring, and then just go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 all the way across. Make triangles, any shape really. It's endless. You don't have to make just squares or just circles. You can make triangles or hexagons or whatever you want. Your imagination is your only limit in this. Also, some cool stuff you can do with it. I'm going to snag my bottle here for a second. You can take bottles like this one, and this is just about the perfect size, and start working up it. Go all the way up, come up to about right here, and shrink it down. You just do the opposite of this one. Instead of putting in an extra ring, you just put a ring through 3 rings, and it'll make it smaller. Oops, sorry. Here. Put a ring through 3 rings, and it'll make it smaller. Now, I can't do it while holding the camera in my hand, and it's a little bit tight, but you just put 1 ring through 3 rings, and it'll make it smaller. Go up another row, put another ring through 3 rings, make it even smaller. I have thought about making pot holders, not like for taking pans out, but like hanging pots. You can do some really cool stuff with this, and with other chainmail weaves. You can make some really cool things. You put a pot in the middle of it, bring it up the sides of the pot. I don't have anything down here that resembles a pot, but you can bring it up to the sides and then connect it at 4 points, or run a thing of wire around it, connect it at 4 points or so, and do a pretty little decorative weave up to the middle and running up a chain or something. Your possibilities are endless with this. This is probably the coolest one I could ever do anything with. I mean, you got your 4-in-1 and your 6-in-1, which this is all done in 4-in-1. I guess you could do it in 6-in-1 if you really wanted to. 6-in-1 works better with the 1/2-inch rings, but I'm just doing this for purely for the tutorial because I don't have enough rings to really do much of anything else with it. I'll probably take this apart and use these same rings again for another demonstration. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a question, a comment, anything you want. Well, not anything. Try to keep it nice. If you want to, link this to one of your videos if somebody's wanting to know how to make a coif or a coif or whatever. Or just wants to learn the expansion weave. The expansion weave is pretty cool. I might have an expansion weave on how to do it with the 6-in-1. If somebody really wants to know how to do it with the 6-in-1, can't figure it out on their own, I might be able to pull it off. I don't know, I haven't ever done it with the 6-in-1. But continuing on for the coif, coif, whatever, you just you'd continue this out. Now this center ring would sit on the top of your head, and since I'm not going to put it on myself because these rings are screwed up, but you just continue it out until it covers the top of your head, and say this is the front, we'll bring it down here, it'll go around for your face. You just stop right there, and then you just continue on with the 4-in-1 all the way down and all the way around on the back, and you can make for your chin where it goes around here, you just continue on, count how many rings you want, how tight you want it. This is really good for making it customized to just you or just whoever you want it to be on. You get the ones where they tell you to make